Hey everybody, I am Levi Church and I am joined by.
Hey everybody, it's Waze the Lyoko Job.
Yeah, so they have finally announced a new Steam Universe series called Lars of the Stars, which is the thing that everyone wanted and is now finally happening. So what was your reaction to the announcement?
So it was yesterday. I'm just kind of minding my own business, and then I get a ping from a very close friend of mine, and she's yelling because we're both big Steven Universe fans, and we're both big Steven Universe fans in a friend server. And what's it? I couldn't believe it. I'm just like. Yeah, just like you said, the thing that everybody wanted back in the day. Finally, we have Lars of the Stars, and that's just so exciting. Everybody was talking about a spin-off for the show. As soon as that first clip from Comic Con dropped, I remember watching that, and it's just like, oh, I'm very happy.
Yeah, it was crazy whenever the episode was first coming out and all that, where everybody was thinking that it would be a spin-off, and then it was just an episode, but now it's a spin-off.
Finally, it only took them. God, when did Lars of
Yeah.
the Stars air? Hold up, I was watching clips from the episode like less than an hour ago. When did this air? Like, because obviously Future was during season 5. So let's see.
It aired January 5th, 2018.
Yeah. So that mean you said 2018. You said.
Yeah, 2018.
Okay, then that would have been then we would have gotten our first glimpse of Lars of the Stars back in 2017. That Comic Con, I remember. What's it?
Yeah.
I think one of my friends was there, but I watched it obviously online, and I was like, "Oh my God, Lars!" you know.
So let me read a little bit of the Variety article talking about it. Executive produced by Sugar alongside her partner in OKKO Let's Be Heroes creator Ian Jones Cordy. Steven Universe Lars of the Stars will follow up on the original show, tracking fan favorite character Lars. How do you pronounce his last name?
I actually don't know. I've always pronounced it Barriga.
Tracking fan favorite character Lars Barriga, described as an eternal teenager and space outlaw. According to the official description, the sequel series will chart Lars and his pirate crew as they smuggle contraband, evade the authorities, and uncover the darkest secrets of the fallen Gem Empire. So, yeah, it's also said here that the new chapter promises to explore the past, present, and future of Steven Universe, depending on deepening the lore of the series that redefined modern animation. Yeah, and Rebecca Sugar also mentioned that she is co-creating this with Ian Jones Cordy, so he's probably going to get co-creator credit on this series, which is very exciting.
That's really awesome. I mean,
Yeah.
I love OKKO just like you do. You're a much bigger fan of it than I am, but let's. But
I
OKK.
remember.
Go ahead.
Uh, no, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, what's it? OKKO is a show that I absolutely adore, and I love Steven Universe, but OKKO is a show that I genuinely do not think has a bad episode. Steven Universe, there are some episodes here and there that I'm like, I'm not so cool about, but nah. OKKO throughout, banger to banger to banger. It's a phenomenal show, and I'm just glad that, and even Ian's other work on just all sorts of other things. as well as his work on Steven Universe. I'm glad that he gets another shot at another Cartoon Network show like this. I know both him and Rebecca are going to do a phenomenal job, especially since Rebecca's one of my all-time favorite just creatives in general. But yeah, you can go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember one time we were talking in your Discord server before OKKO ended, and you were talking about how you started thinking that OKKO was better than Steven Universe, and I was like, no, Steven Universe is still better. That's what I was saying.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. There was a time I was saying that. Nah, because like I said, OKKO, clean, consistent record throughout all the time.
Yeah.
And like that was probably
Yeah,
during. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I really hope that I don't think they'll actually do a crossover episode again, but like I really hope that this new series then inspires more people to go out and watch OKKO because it really needs that shot in the arm, you know.
It absolutely does.
But yeah, the going to focus back onto Lars of the Stars. Um, yeah, so I rewatched like a bunch of episodes that all featured Lars and the off colors before we started recording, and yeah, the off colors are still pretty simple characters, but there I can see the potential of how you can expand them because whenever they meet Garnet's giving them all compliments, and they don't know what compliments are. And so yeah, you can definitely explore their characters a lot deeper because they didn't have proper full character arcs within the series. They didn't get enough screen time to really give them a proper conclusion. And yeah, Lars, he did kind of finish his character arc, but also it kind of happened off screen between Steven Universe and Steven Universe Future. It just that was the consequence of the time skip. Yeah. So do you want this series to be in between Future and the classic one?
I would prefer.
Season 5?
That is actually a really good question. I think that I would prefer for it to be post. At least what I generally got was that the show was going to be post Future, but the article didn't confirm that, did it? Got the impression it was post Future.
Yeah, it says that it was going to explore the past, present, and future of Steven Universe. So
I guess we don't know. It would be it would be neat if this show was like an anthology of sorts, where it's actually different points in time between of Lars's adventures. Maybe we get to see that, we get to see them actually get off of Homeworld, have Lars slip through all those scanners undetected. We get, and then we get some in between, some Steven Universe, but maybe the period after Jungle Moon, or maybe even after Lars finally closes his shop and goes back up to space. An anthology of different points in time for the crew would actually be really neat, and also would give us different points in time. It would also allow for Emerald to be an antagonist, which would be very, very fun. That's something everybody wants, but post-Future kind of leaves her in a weirder spot since the Empire is good now, Steven dismantled the Gempire.
yeah, and this show is promising to explore the wreckage of it.
Yeah, so probably post-Future, which I think is what I'd prefer most, but like this anthology idea is neat, but we'll probably get some flashbacks to that point in time, I imagine.
Yeah, so I'm thinking this is the first Steven Universe season and whatnot to be made for streaming specifically, because Future still aired on TV. And Yeah, so this will be probably more of a typical streaming show, I would assume, where it just follows a single storyline. And then yeah, they can do flashback episodes. I'm not sure. Like, okay, so it is literally promising that we'll explore the past, present, and future. So I think we will get more homeworld flashbacks for sure. Um, I don't know if we'll get more Beach City flashbacks, but we'll have to wait and see.
Beach City is important to Lars's character, and we've gotten a pretty rounded look at Lars's character in the original Steven Universe. Granted, I admittedly haven't watched like Steven Universe proper since Future Ended, which, well, now that Lars of the Stars is coming out, I need to change that. But and I've been meaning to
Yeah,
do a
we all got
rewatch.
all gotta rewatch it as soon
Exactly.
as we can.
I've been in my Steven Universe, as you know, is one of my all-time favorite shows, and in my heart of hearts, I have been feeling like for the past like year or so, like it's time for a rewatch. And like I've just never pulled the trigger on that, but soon before this show comes out, I'm gonna have to. So that's great.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll do a full series rewatch. I'll definitely rewatch Future, but yeah, it's going to be nice. It's going like I'm glad that that there was a break between Future and this. I'm glad that this didn't come out immediately after Future. I'm glad that we got a break, and now Steven Universe is back, and we can go back and explore these characters deeper than we got to in the original series.
That I completely agree with because I don't get me wrong, I still love the Steven Universe, but this break has given me time to really miss this world and these characters. And yeah, it's not going to be Steven and the Crystal Gems, and I actually well, I'm sure we'll touch on that later, but the fact that, but to be able to revisit in this way, it's so nice. But yeah.
Yeah, like I was, I was also growing up with Steven. Me and Steven were like the same age for a while, so it's nice that now I'm grown up and now I can appreciate the universe from a distance. now that now, yeah, now that I'm an adult, and yeah.
I've always been older than Steven myself. What's it? Shoot. When Steven Universe, he was 12 when the show came out, and when I first started watching Steven Universe, that had to have been maybe 2015. So I myself was probably 16 at the time that I started watching it. So I've always been a little bit ahead of Steven, but yeah.
Yeah, I was like 13 when the show started, so yeah.
I remember, shoot, I started the show late, but that in and of itself is a different story, but yeah.
Yeah, I actually did start the show whenever episode 1 came out. I was a little bit hesitant because those early commercials for Steelers were really weird. I was about to say, I still haven't watched the pilot episode actually because I decided, all right, let me have an episode of Steven Universe I haven't seen, so that way I can have a new episode to look forward to the day when I really want a new episode.
That's fun. I mean, Gendy Tarkatavsky worked on that one, on the pilot, so you definitely should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting. I remember I saw a quote recently from Rebecca Sugar where she mentioned the pilot was really her personal art style, and then she redesigned this show to make it more fun for other artists to draw the characters.
I will say there's something lost in the pilot in where I really like the pilot's art style. I always love something I used to really like doing back in the day was I love seeing people's takes on like pilot style characters for like Lapis and Peridot and the diamonds and stuff like that because I'm like it would be so awesome. It would be so cool. But what's it? I still love Steven Universe proper, especially its backgrounds. Ugh, gorgeous backgrounds, but the pilot designs are really, really interesting to me at the same time. Like, I really like the pilot art style for what it is. Both versions have their given their take. Actually, it makes me wonder, do you think Lars of the Stars will have a different art style? I think it'll be the same, but
Yeah, I was about to ask that to you, but so what I'm thinking, it'll be like the changes with the Adventure Time series, where there are differences between Distant Lands and Fiona and Cake and from the original series. Uh, they made it a rule in Adventure Time after season one where you can't see any characters with white in their eyes. It's always, the black dots. And then in season one, they did allow Finn to have like white eyes at some points during more expressive moments for him. And then they brought that back with Distant Lands because it was a different show, so now they were allowed to do it.
I'm not an Adventure Time guy, so I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think changes like that are going to be what we see in Lars of the Stars. Just like smaller things, but it's still recognizably Steve Universe. Yeah, it's not going to be suddenly all designed by Glenn Murakami or anything like that.
That's fair. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Go on.
I also wanted to ask, like, so it said that Lars was an eternal teenager on the article. Does Lars not age since he turned pink?
50 years have passed. No. I'm assuming, yeah.
Let's go.
Samurai Lars, let's go. But no, what's it? I guess Lars doesn't age anymore. I mean, we know that that's the case with Lion because he's always been just Lion. I mean, even between Future and Steven Universe proper, he didn't change. Hell, even Lars himself, I'm sorry. Oh, heck, even Lars himself. Even Lars himself between Steven Universe and Steven Universe Future doesn't look all that different. And you can say most of the characters don't, but okay, well, I guess that argument, but still, So yeah, I guess Lars is officially just. I mean, Lars has always just been timeless, but now for sure, I do wonder if they will get into. I will hope that they get into the themes of his mortality and his lack of it, actually, his immortality, and just the fact that now he can never die. He'll be like Lion. Even the people in his life who, they all will pass on except for, he'll have his crew. He'll have the gems. Even Steven, if he so decides to pass on, then that'll be a thing. Like, eventually he'll lose everybody that he once knew, but he has his crew.
Yeah, it would be really interesting if, like, there was actually a time skip, and then we don't know when the show takes place when it starts, and then like suddenly Steven comes out of Lars's head, and now he's way older than Lars, or if we see Sadie and now she's an old woman, and it's like, wow. Like, maybe Sadie has grandkids or something during this show.
It'd be so.
Yeah.
It would be so funny. Like, we assume it's like, yeah, probably a little bit after Future, and then in like episode 5 or
Only a week
something,
passed.
episode 5 or something, Steven pops out like, Lars, it's good to see ya. Like, old man. Just, huh?
Yeah, and then he's giant like Finn was in Fiona and Cake.
Oh, that'd be great. Actually,
have you seen what Finn looked like in Fiona and Cake?
I have, yes. He's like big, bad now. It's crazy. I'm happy for him.
They kept giving Finn a bunch of different adult designs throughout Fiona Cake and
the Distant Land.
Because of like the
was funny.
multiverse stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't even multiverse. We just saw him at different points of his life.
I see. Okay. See, I'm not an Adventure Time guy, but
Yeah, we gotta binge watch Adventure Time together in like the Discord server or something.
gosh, that's how many episodes?
About as long as all 4 Ben 10 shows.
I only watched the
The
first
original
Ben 10
continuity.
a couple years ago. You can ask anybody who knows me. Well, honestly, you yourself probably know, because getting me to watch anything is a chore in and of itself. So, yeah, and then asking me to watch 180? I think it's 180 Adventure Time episodes. I mean, I'd still be down for it, but it's just like,
Yeah.
But yeah, go on.
Yeah, and it's going to be really fun getting back into this universe, Steven's universe, and seeing like how much has changed in outer space, because we didn't leave Earth at all during Future. I guess like I haven't played Unleash the Light, so it probably did fill in the gaps a lot, but yeah, I'm really interested to explore the stars, get to see all of the alien life that was teased in Jungle Moon. Like, they could literally even pull in alien races from Adventure Time and put them into Steven's world, and it would be seamless.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could pull, Samurai Jack and have Townsville be destroyed in the background.
Oh. Did you know that Samurai Jack takes place in the future that the Powerpuff Girls failed in? These are connected. Samurai Jack is Professor Utonium's ancestor.
Yeah, I found like an official magazine or something that referenced it.
Gosh.
The certain Utonium thing.
Gosh.
I think.
It's just a fun Easter egg. Don't look into it.
Yeah, we really need to do more videos together. This has been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Alright.
Yeah, do we have any final thoughts on Lars of the Stars?
I'm really looking forward to this. I guess since we didn't touch on it earlier, I will say this. One of the big things that I was really worried about when it came to a return to Steven Universe, and I've been talking about this all over with people, but I guess not on a video, unless I might make a video about this, about Lars of the Stars, I don't know, like my own video.
Yeah, we should do like a double feature where you get to promote my video at the end of your video.
That'd be fun. But yeah, one of the things that I was really worried about when it came to Steven Universe just coming back is that I really, really liked Steven Universe Future. And I think that it gives a sort of finality to Steven's character arc, and to the point where it almost feels intrusive for him to like follow him around as a protagonist again. The kid's had his journey. The kid needs his rest. Wherever he's gonna end up, I know he's gonna be okay. And I think that's good enough for me. I do know Lars of the Stars may give answers to that, but I'm okay with that. But I didn't want to follow Steven specifically ever again. His story is done. And with the rumblings of Steven Universe may return, I'm like, please do not follow Steven again. Please do not follow Steven again. Please do not follow Steven again. And when I saw that it was Lars of the Stars, I was so happy. I want to return to this universe, but I'm so glad it is through this way. And Lars of the Stars is such a neat and interesting premise. Space pirate Lars, who would have imagined? And to get more secrets and more mysteries and more things just in general answered in this way. I'm very happy. I'm very excited. I just cannot wait.
Yeah, I want to say, like, this is the type of Cartoon Network spinoff we have been waiting, like, forever for with other shows as well. Like with Underfist. This is basically Underfist.
God, you're right. Another one, since we're both Ben 10 fans, we would love a Gwen show. A Gwen show would be neat.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
So, really happy for my man Lars. Really glad to see that supporting roles that have interesting avenues for spin-off potential are getting this shot. Hopefully this happens more, like you said.
Yeah. I would love, you know, like, of course, first and foremost, I think Cartoon Network needs to produce more original series. I really hope that Invincible Fight Girl gets a season 2. That show deserves to tell its full story. It's only gotten like 8 episodes, I think. It needs to continue. Yeah. So this has been a fun video to do with you. I hope we can do like a follow-up or something, like maybe after the show comes out.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, maybe even after like a trailer or something. But yeah, I suppose it's time for you to promote your channel so people can subscribe.
So hey everybody, my name is the Lyoko Gem, or Waze. I go by Lyoko Gem on YouTube though. But, I am a YouTube channel that, makes a lot of usually discussion content, whether that be theories or just general discussion on topics that I'm interested in, topics that I like. Over the years, it's been a lot of Sonic, but I'm also, shockingly, a Steven Universe channel, and maybe I'll talk about Lars of the Stars a little bit more. I'm actually planning to do a YouTube video soon that'll be coming out, so definitely check that out. It is Cartoon Network adjacent. I think it's fun, and I might be talking about Steven Universe there too. So yeah, follow. Subscribe to my channel at the Lyoko Gem, and yeah, follow my other socials at, well, I'll give to Levi to link below. So yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for having me on.
Yeah, links to both of our Blue Skies accounts will be in the description below. But yeah, I think that's been it. See you all some other day. Bye.
And thank you all for watching.